But Aaron Rodgers spoke yesterday to Kenny Mayne on SportsCenter. First time he's spoken publicly since all of the rumors about him wanting out. And here's what he said.
It never been about the draft picking Jordan. I love Jordan. He's a great kid. He a lot of fun to work together. I love the coaching staff, love my teammates. I love the fan base in Green Bay. It's incredible 16 years. It's just kind of about a philosophy, and maybe forgetting that it is about the people that make the thing go. It's about character. It's about culture. It's about doing things the right way. And a lot of this was put in motion last year, and the wrench was just kind of thrown into it when I won MVP and played the way I played last year. So this is just kind of, I think, the spill out of all that. But look, man, it is about the people, and that's the most important thing. Green Bay has always been about the people, from Curly Lambeau being owner and founder to the 60s with Lombardi and Bart Starr and all those incredible names, to the 90s teams with Coach Holmgren and Farvey and the Minister of Defense, to the run that we've been on. It's about the people.
Farvey, I like that.
Yeah, that shows they were buddies.
He didn't talk to Aaron the first 3 years he was there, Chris. That's the thing.
But the last
crazy.
3 were tremendous.
I guess.
Actually, they only had 3 years together, didn't they?
Right. 3 or 3.5 or something like that. Yeah.
The last month was tremendous. They became buddies.
But they didn't talk. But
now that Brett's retired, I think they started talking.
And now Brett's the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan. Am I right? Like,
exactly,
you hear him all the time, like, talk about how great he is, but he wouldn't talk to the kid when he was
He's better than
out.
Brett was. There's really no doubt in my mind.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah,
Brett was a gunslinger. He was exciting, Chris. He was a great quarterback in his own right.
Great, but
there's a difference between those two, right? And it's pretty big.
Absolutely. All right, few things, Rob. Aaron Rodgers. I just think that that answer that he gave, that quote we just played, that was to a question of, are you demanding a trade?
Right.
And you just heard what he said. Everybody made a big deal out of it today on television. I get it, Rob, right? You talk about everything. Somebody could just say hi, and we haven't heard from him in a few months, and if it's a superstar, we're going to make a big deal out of it.
You got something that you can, right. You got something tangible that you can use. Remember, you got to feed the monster. This is new, so you got to talk about it. It's not like, okay, we haven't heard from Aaron. He talked. Even though he didn't say anything, we're gonna ignore it. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Okay.
And you just said it. He didn't really say anything.
No.
Now, I will say this, Rob, from what he just said, I got a few takeaways. One of them is, this has been in motion. I actually think Aaron Rodgers concocted this whole thing. And hear me out. He said, you heard him say, this thing was set in motion over a year ago, and I kind of threw a monkey wrench in it by going out and winning MVP. And he said it all with a smile on his face. Rob, you and I have talked about, well, if you're so upset about, and I get it, I believe him when he said Jordan Love, he's fine with him, he's a good kid. I believe all that, especially because apparently he's not that good at football. He's not really a threat to take your job. But I do believe he feels like, look, Jordan had nothing to do with this. Aaron knows when he was drafted, he had nothing to do with it.
Right. There was nothing you could do. You get drafted. Right. You're there.
And those guys.
Right. There's nothing you can do. Right.
Right. But I do think, Rob, that when Jordan was drafted and when Aaron was drinking his scotch and fuming, I think he said to himself, you know what? I'm going to go out. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to go out and have the absolute best season I can. I am going to play lights out football. They want to get rid of me after this year. I'm going to go and play lights out football. And then when they realize they better not get rid of me, when they realize how much they need me, I'm going to blow it all up and say, I won out. And Rob, I really believe that, and I believe that had the Green Bay Packers even won the Super Bowl, Rob, I still bet you Aaron Rodgers will be doing the same thing.
That I'm not so sure about, but I do agree that, Aaron Rodgers is playing. He has the upper hand, Chris. We talk about it all the time. You have the upper hand in a relationship. You have an upper hand in some sort of business situation you're in, right? Sometimes you have hands, sometimes
leverage,
you don't have hand. Right. It's the leverage we're talking about. And he had the leverage. Last year he kind of took it, didn't say anything, right? Whatever. Okay, go out. He had, for most quarterbacks, they would have loved to have had Aaron Rodgers' season. Was it the greatest Aaron Rodgers season? Right. No.
Arguably.
But for most quarterbacks, they would have loved last year, okay? But then he comes back, and once you win the MVP, and he didn't squeak by, he won it going away, and he put up unbelievable numbers and all the other stuff, you feel different about it. And then I'm sure it's easier to want to complain, Chris, when you have that in your back pocket. I got an MVP in my back pocket, right?
No, I hear you.
And I think that's part of it. I think if you win a championship, to bellyache after it sounds weird. So I'm not so sure. I hear what you're saying, but I think that comes off weird if you won a championship and then you're condemning the people who put together the team that won the championship.
I hear you on that, but look at what he's condemning anyway. 13-3, 26-6.
But I'm saying if they won,
two straight
don't you
NFC
think
championships.
wouldn't it be weird?
And I don't know that he would have bellyached.
Yeah,
I think maybe he would have done it differently, but I still think it would have been like I won out.
Okay.
Now, again, that's my speculation. But the only thing, Rob, I'm not sure he has all the leverage though. Yeah, of course he was great.
I don't mean.
But you know what I'm saying? Like he's still under contract.
No,
he
right.
still has to retire if they don't want to trade him.
Right. I'm talking about the leverage of being able to speak out and be able to put this out here because he played great. I mean like that. Like if you had an off season and you were complaining, Chris, it would be hard for people to be like, what? Do you know what I mean?
If he had one of the seasons he had a few years ago.
Right. Do you know what I mean? People would be like, what? Oh, get rid of him.
They'd have been like, okay, move on.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. That's what I mean by leverage. Okay. That part. He has the floor because he's the reigning MVP.
Okay. I hear you on that. I still think, Rob, and you and I said it, he didn't say anything. At some point, and I get it, he is passive aggressive. It's not his style, I guess, to come out and make blunt, bold statements. But Rob, if it's really that bad, at some point, don't you just come out and say, look, I won out. It's nothing against I love the fans. I love my teammates. I wanted to be a Packer forever. And then you could have went to your spiel about, it's the way you treat people. It's the culture and all that. But I won out. And I'm just not happy there. And I really would like the Packers to trade.
He could have done that. He could have easily done that.
He could have done that public. Why don't you? I mean, there's passive aggressive and there's darn right afraid to freaking speak your mind. I mean, just say it, Aaron, if that's how you feel. And so what I'm saying, Rob, is if I'm the Packers and, they came out, Matt LaFleur talked today, and I know they admitted that, yeah, he wants out right now. But if I'm the Packers, I'm going to Aaron and I'm saying, look, we know we screwed up. And I think, Rob, and we had Tyler Dunn on, he kind of said this, it goes back even before Jordan Love. That was just like, okay, again? First, you didn't tell me when you got rid of my offensive coordinator or quarterback's coach, And then, there's been other things. I've tried to talk to you about personnel.
They've never drafted a skill position on offense, Chris, his whole time in Green Bay in the first round, ever.
Right.
Not once.
And so I think Jordan Love was finally like, my goodness, again? And then, so all of that. So the Packers need to be like, look, Aaron, we get it. We've been wrong. And we apologize. You're the best quarterback we've had. and we want nothing more than to win a Super Bowl with you.
Right.
And we want nothing more than you to be our quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years. We believe you when you say you want to and can play into your 40s. So here's a contract extension making you the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Work with us so we can, structure it so we can go out and get Julio Jones. And we're going to not only have, I don't think he's the best. I think Pat Mahomes, but they'll say we're not only going to have the best quarterback in the league, but we're going to have the best receiving core in the league with Julio Jones and Devontae Adams. And we're going to win Super Bowls. And that gets it done, I think.
You think so? I think there's always I think there's a chance that he'll be back. Like I said, Chris, you said it. If you want out, you could make it clear. I'm serious, Chris. You could make it very clear. I'm not going to be involved. I'm not coming. Clean out my locker. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And tell people, I'm not coming. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm trying to tell you now. Don't get what you can. Make it what you call. I will never wear this uniform again. If he has that conversation, Chris, right? And the general manager and the coach, and they all know, then you got to make another plan. That's just how
it doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Like you said, you just go tell, look, I'm not coming back.
I'm not.
I've made $200+ million in my career. I'm set.
Right.
I can retire.
I can go get the job at Jeopardy tomorrow. I'm done. I got a career.
Absolutely.